Life hacks beyond convention with Dee and Sonia.
I like my big windows. I look at windows of older homes even sometimes and I go, no, I couldn't live permanently in that. Yeah. You probably like
No,
your
that's
place.
right, because they'll have really huge big rooms and then just a small single window. And
Yes.
and usually if it's still the original windows, like they're the really thick wood frames, so the actual
Yes.
glass itself is quite small, yeah.
Exactly. Yes. And
Mm.
so, and then
Because
once
even
before,
just changing those windows to, say, an aluminium frame or something like that would allow more light in, because the
yes.
frame itself would be a bit smaller,
Mm.
yeah.
You could, I guess, include skylights because they're built a lot
Mm.
better than they used to be and insulated.
Mm.
And we talked about double and triple glazing once before.
Mm.
So should link those two up. But
Yeah,
I
I was
like the
just talking to a
views.
friend yesterday actually, and she
Mm.
was saying, because the bedroom that I'm in has got one of those tiny little windows.
Yeah,
It's an old miners' cottage, so the actual bedroom window
yeah.
is really, really small. I don't know. I haven't measured it, but it would only be, I don't, oh, it'd have to be less than a metre
Mm.
and
Yeah,
square. And then because that's on like a dark side of the house anyway, it's quite cold and it's got a, like, we're quite close to the other neighbours, so you've got a really
yeah.
tall fence there.
Fence. Mm.
Yeah, so you don't get much sun. We don't get much sun in Ballarat anyway, but when it does come out, it
Even
still doesn't
less.
get yeah, even less. So I've got the dark curtains on there,
Mm.
as well as I actually just put up a piece of cardboard for insulation, because it's,
Insulation. Mm.
yeah, yeah, because of the
Mm.
cold, because it's so cold coming in, and that side of
Yeah.
the house isn't insulated. So,
Mm.
but anyway, so it's pitch black,
Mm. Yeah.
absolutely pitch black. And one morning I didn't wake up until 8:30, and I didn't
Oh,
even know. Like, I just thought it
yeah.
was the middle of the night.
Mm.
And anyway, my friend, she was just saying, "Oh, I can't do that. She's got to have the, even at night time, because I like windows in the daytime. I really
Yes.
like letting the outside inside. It
Mm.
doesn't kind of worry me at night. I just close my
Mm.
eyes and who cares? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas she
Yeah.
likes, obviously, maybe she has more insomnia than me or something. I don't know, but she
Mm.
likes it. And we were talking about skylights. I just said, oh, maybe you should treat yourself and put in one of those skylights so you can actually
Yes.
see the sun and moon and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have other treats. I don't need to spend money on that. But yeah. But I just think they are lovely, some of those
Yes.
skylights. And you
Mm.
can get them with the electronic blinds. So it's not like you have to
Yeah.
always have the
Yeah, true.
sun or the, yeah, or the
Mm. The
or the
view.
moonlight coming in. You can block it off.
Yeah. Mm.
Mm,
Well, I use the shutters now at night, especially in winter, just because the house gets so cold. And I
mm,
find I sleep better with the shutter down. Um, so I'm not getting that ambient light in the evening and street lights that are feed in. But yeah, see, I could never live on a small block or close up to other houses because I want to be able to look at somewhat like my background. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't like looking at fences and I'd have to
what
put
is
something
nice
there
and
like
peaceful.
sunflowers or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it's nice and peaceful when you just
Mm.
look out on paddocks or
Yes. Yeah.
mountain ranges or whatever. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
went to another friend's place. Ooh, see, I have been busy. I
You
think I've
have been
got this.
social this week.
But he's just put in the electric blind, like those outside blinds, like what you've got.
Yep.
And I couldn't believe the difference in his house. Like, he put them down to showcase them for me. And
Yes.
not only is it the light, but it's the sound. Like,
Yes.
it actually changes the whole ambience
Ambience
of the room. Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just find the massive difference in heat management. So in summer, they're down in the daytime, and we can keep this house much cooler than any of the
Mm,
air conditioning companies say we can with their equipment because
mm,
of the shutters.
mm.
And then you open it up at night in summer. And winter,
Yeah,
it makes a
well,
huge difference to keep. Well, we've got a wood fireplace, keep the warmth in. Yeah.
Absolutely, because that was the thing. He just said immediately, like he put them in, and that very night, like when he woke up the next day, he said, I didn't have condensation on my windows because we
Wow.
get so
Yes.
much condensation on the windows. Like that's just one of the things. And it must depend where the windows are in the house because not all houses suffer from it.
Yeah.
But it's quite common to get, unless you wipe the condensation regularly, you start getting mold build-up and whatnot
Yep.
around the
Yeah.
window sills. Yeah.
And that's the last thing you want is any black mold coming in, like mildew and
Mm,
black mold, not good for your health. So,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
So, yeah, I just thought, oh, wow.
The other saving for those is often you get an insurance discount if you've got
Oh,
the
because
roller
they make your
shutters.
house a little bit safer.
You're
Yeah.
safer from burglary, but I think it's a fire rating too.
They
It
okay.
yeah. So yeah.
Mm. Well, and they weren't as expensive to put in as I thought they'd be.
I think they've become much more price manageable these days.
Well, it was really interesting. So my friend, he was saying that the lady down the street from him, so this is how he got onto it, because the lady down the street from him put some in, and so he's talking to her about it. Well, she actually got hers put in they come from South Australia, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
How interesting. So anyway, he did ring them and he got his quote now per window, sorry. So
Mm,
he's got fairly large, probably a bit smaller than some of your doubles, but quite a big
yeah,
double
big
window
windows.
anyway. And that was the quote from this South Australian company was about $3,000. Anyway, he thought, yeah, that's probably because he's got quite a few
Each?
windows
Yep.
each. So then he did a bit of a ring around. He thought, well, there must be somewhere local. So anyway, he found a local guy who came out, and it ended up being for about 1,300
Oh,
installed.
okay. That's a huge saving. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it
Mm,
went from being, yeah, I don't think I can do this, to he managed to get
yeah.
um, the two bedrooms and two in the living area as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We staggered ours. I think we put the eastern side on first, so because we came here in summer, and so the sun was coming straight in all the windows, and the house was stinking. So we did east side, then we did the west side, and then we added some later on the breezeway when we built the straw bale extension. So we've had sort of
yeah,
three lots. I can't remember how much they were, but probably closer to the 3 grand mark each. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So, but the savings
Well,
on and comfort are worth it.
yeah,
Well,
that's
that would work well on your bedroom window because one of the biggest problems with windows is glass is a conductor
mm,
of temperatures. So we've
mm.
got these things on the outside of a house that basically bring the heat and the cold in.
Well, I was thinking the lounge room window here, like you can see the
Oh,
window
yes.
behind me. Um,
Mm,
yeah, because that's a north facing window, and
hmm
in the winter it's great. Like if we get
mm.
sun, it's just beautiful. It comes in really
Yep.
nicely. But in the summer, holy dooly, does that let some heat in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of
And
heat.
that would
And
be
that's only a
worth it.
small window. Like that would only be.
Mm. I would have liked to have put them on the straw bale section, but because of the way it's rendered naturally, we don't quite know how to attach it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, so it's difficult to work out. So we've got a shade cloth blind over the bedroom which faces west, and that's permanently down because yeah. But the other windows, we've got a 3 metre veranda off one of them, so that works fairly well. But and this room faces north, so and it's got a slightly longer eave, so it's pretty
Mm,
manageable at this stage. But yeah,
mm.
every so often I think, oh, could we? How?